Hello and welcome to my speed build of the Little Campers Outdoor Theater. So I love the Little Campers build set so much. This kit is definitely one of my all-time favorites. And the thing is that I find that I never ever actually use it in a lot of my usual houses and stuff like that because I never have houses with yards that are big enough to use like the tent and the outdoor movie screen and all that stuff. So I thought it'd be really cute to make an outdoor movie theater that featured all of the items from this kit and then like a little bit of stuff from Outdoor Retreat and such. So yeah. So I'm building this plot where the New Moon Shack was in Moonwood Mill, just because I almost never have a sim actually live there, and I kind of wanted to put another community lot. I'm doing a 100 baby challenge on the channel right now that is, well, for werewolves. It's a 100 werewolf baby challenge. And I thought it'd be really cute to have another lot that I could go to that's still in the same world so I can like keep track of the weather and all that stuff, because it's like one of the worst things when you go to a lot and then the weather's bad, especially for these outdoor centric lots. So I wanted to make a build that I could bring the kids to and whatnot and have a little bit of fun outdoors. And I wanted to have it very featured to Moonwood Mill. And this is also my very first speed build, so I do apologize. I've been trying to do a little bit more builds in Sims lately. I'm trying to learn a little bit. I'm still definitely a newbie when it comes to this stuff, but I've been having fun. And this was my first time actually making an outdoor theater. So it was a bit of a learning experience. Over here, I didn't want to put too much like indoor stuff. I really wanted to focus on the outdoor aspect of it. So I'm just kind of like building a little kitchen at the very least. And a pretty decent spot for a bathroom. I incorporated a shower just because you might have your Sims stay here overnight and such. And the kitchen is also somewhere that you could at least prep a little bit of breakfast on. And of course, got to incorporate the popcorn maker from movie night. I did put some movie night pack stuff in this build, but not too much. It's mostly the Little Campers and the Outdoor Retreat. And looking back on this, I feel so ridiculous because I alt placed that sink and then I didn't alt place the mirror, so it's a little off center. I'm so embarrassed by that. I'm so sorry. I spend more time trying to alt place and fix these windows than I did that mirror. I just completely ignored it. I don't think I ever fixed it, actually. I moved that mirror later, and it's still not centered to the sink. It's terrible to like look back on your stuff that you just miss. So finishing up the little bit of the shack of the kitchen. And I wanted to move the popcorn maker because I wanted at least one counter for prep work, and then I wanted that corner for a little bit of decoration. And as much as I also wanted to put a little bit more stuff in here, like the new waffle maker, I didn't want to put in more stuff from other packs. I've been trying to reduce how many packs I use in builds because people aren't going to own every single pack. So I'm trying to be critical of what I incorporate into certain builds. So do a little bit of roofing, nothing too fancy. I can't even do fancy roofing. So really tiny, simple buildings like this are actually just kind of a bit more easy for me. So it's a little bit of a shabby looking shack because it really fits the Moonwood Mill area. And then I'm starting on the theater area here. I really like these new outdoor chairs that we got with the Little Campers kit. The ones from Outdoor Retreat are nice, but I really like these because they have like the cup holders and the arm, the place to rest your arms and stuff like that. That feels much more suited for being outdoors and watching a movie. I really like these quilt rugs and stuff like that. I really like quilts. I don't use them much anymore in my daily life, but when I was growing up as a little kid, everything I had was quilted, like blankets and rugs and pillows and all that stuff. And I really like all the little splotches in here, so I made all the chairs different types and mismatched, and organized them a little chaotically. And then I remembered they had the stool that came with the kit as well, and I did want to incorporate as much from the kit as possible, so I decided to throw a few of these crates in there. It's too bad that you can't like turn them around the other way, because then the Sims won't face the right direction, but oh well. So I really like this little gnome that came with it as well, holding the marshmallow and sitting on the s'more. When I showed that little gnome to my wife, she said, "Why is he holding a roll of toilet paper?" It's like, no, it's not a toilet paper, it's a marshmallow. I can see why she thought that, though. It does kind of look like a roll of toilet paper. And it is kind of close to the bathroom. But I love the little s'more cart, and the Sasquatch stuffy was kind of surprising. Like, I think it's really neat that they kind of went with the Sasquatch theme for the little campers. Like, they also have it on the fire pit and all that stuff, which also feels very appropriate for the Moonwood Mill. What if they think Sasquatch are... What if they think they see Sasquatch, but it's actually just werewolves? So getting our outdoor picnic area in a little bit. Just trying to organize and figure out what I want. I'm not always good at pre-imagining what I want to put down. So there's a lot of times where I just put something down and I just try to like figure out what to do later. I find it really impressive when people walk into a build with like a very clear image in their mind of what they want to go where, and they immediately know what object to find and put it down. I need to put things down and pick them up and swatch them and move them so much. Like this build took me, unfortunately, like an hour and a half or something like that. Even though it's such a tiny lot and it's not even like any actual building, it's all furnishing. Because I do a lot of menuing. I cut out so much menuing. And I also have a lot of problems with the filters. So I use the pack filters a lot when I build, because like I said, I'm trying to reduce how many packs I use in builds. And I'm not very good at looking through the menu and finding things of packs. So I pop in all the filters, but unfortunately every time you use the eyedropper tool, it clears your filters. It's the most annoying thing. So I have to redo my filters a lot, unfortunately, as well. I then remembered that infants are in the game now, and this was supposed to be a kid-centric build, right? So I wanted to at least add infant support for this area, both toddlers and infants. A lot of my builds will usually have toddler support at the very least, but now I have to think about infant support, which just makes it a little bit more difficult. So I extended out the bathroom, I added a changing station and a bathtub just in case one of the youngins get really extra stinky. So you can wash them, or if you bring your dog. I didn't place any pet stuff, but thankfully like dog food bowls and stuff like that are items that your sim can easily like just put in their inventory and bring with them. So that's possible too. I really, really like the outdoor retreat rug that has like the night and the day swatch in them. I didn't find out about that night swatch forever because I almost never used it. And ever since I kind of discovered the little night wolf swatch, I've been kind of trying to use it a little bit more because it's one of my favorites now. And I really like the new swing set that came with the campers kit. The rugs, I kind of side-eyed a little bit because I feel like they would just get kicked and dirty IRL a lot. So I ended up just doing a swatch without them. And also by the fire pit, I put a bunch of the outdoor retreat chairs just because I wanted to have a little bit more variety. And they have the wolf swatch for those, so that was also perfect. I was really happy to incorporate like a little bit of the cardboard toys in this build as well, because I find myself almost never using them as either. But for outdoors like this, they seem super appropriate. I know they have like a little bit of that stuff also in Eco Lifestyle, but I didn't want to put Eco Lifestyle in this build. I'm trying to keep a lot of the packs I use in a build kind of cohesive. So we have our game table over here. which I think I accidentally popped down the dining table instead of the game table, but I do catch and change that later. I hate it when they have tables that look exactly the same where one's a dining and one's a game table, because I will make the mistake of putting down the wrong one easily. So in the little tent over here, I put down some sleeping cots, so you don't need to bring a sleeping bag. We added a little bit more of these pillows. I like throw pillows being just placed anywhere. That's kind of how it is in my house IRL. I have so many pillows everywhere. They're all over my couch. They're all over my bed. Just pillows and stuffies. I have a lot of like little plushies and stuffed animals everywhere as well that I also use as pillows. So anytime they add little pillows you can put around, I'm way into it, especially beyond just the ones they gave to us with the toddler stuff pack. So then, oh yeah, the tree. So I never used this tree either. So because I'm putting a little bit of movie night stuff in here, I wanted to at least use the tree. So I had to figure out a rotation that wouldn't clip in with the tent. Unfortunately, the tree functions as a light and not an actual tree. So I don't think it like changes with the seasons, which is a little unfortunate, but I guess in an area like this, it might not be too difficult. I don't know. I found out a little late that the tree functions as a light and not an actual tree, so it doesn't like sway in the wind. And I don't think it changes color with the seasons either. It's so weird. Looking back on this now, I probably would have instead used the new base game tree that they added in later. The one with like all the pretty fairy lights and the tiny little door. I don't know if I would have been able to fit it, but in hindsight, I think I would have preferred to have used that. So I did want to put fairy lights a little bit around. I wanted this place to look kind of pretty at night. So I ended up deciding to put a little bit of toddler stuff pack into this build as well, which seems appropriate as a kid-centric build. So might as well put a little bit of the toddler stuff pack in here. And I ended up stringing those up to the little shack over here. I cut out a lot of like trying to figure out where to put those because I couldn't figure it out. I wanted them somewhere, but I just couldn't figure out where. And I tried to like string them up all around the dining area, but it just got really busy. So I scrapped it. And now I'm moving the camping or the cooking center to be a little bit underneath the lights. And I'm trying to remember to alt place my items a little bit more because it just adds more natural look to builds instead of snapping everything to a grid. Alt rotation is actually like really new to me, which is kind of ridiculous to say, but I have been playing with the default Sims camera like forever. And it's only recently that I switched over to the Sims 3 styled camera, which has actually made building a lot easier for me. Being able to like tilt my camera vertically and all this stuff while I'm building has helped so much, and being able to alt rotate. So I've been trying to get a little bit better with that, and I've loved it. I can't believe I've been playing Sims with the Sims 4 camera for this long. So I added a little bit of the infant area over here by the rest of the sleeping area. The infant playmat with the bears was absolutely perfect for the outdoor theme. And then I had to move the swing set. I'm going to be moving stuff quite a lot, because I always decide later, like, oh, wait, I want to put this thing in the build. Oh, wait, I have to move everything because I need more space. This lot ended up being a little smaller than what I wanted, which is terrible because you think an outdoor, like I thought, when I started this build, I thought this lot was going to be enough space. And, you know, it probably should have been, but I just kept getting like that thing of like, more, I need more, I want to do more. And it got a lot more crowded than what I would have wanted, but I did my best. So I'm adding a few more toys and stuff for the infant and toddler support. Add a little horseshoe area for the adults. Oh, and this is when I discovered this wasn't actually a game table. I remembered that the little campers kit came with like a unique Yeti Wake the Llama. So it's not Wake the Llama, they have a Yeti. So I tried to pop that on there and it didn't work. And thankfully I did at least try, because that at least cued me in that it was the wrong table type. So I'm glad I was able to catch that, because I've made builds before where I put down a game table instead of a dining table, and then got upset that the Sims weren't eating at the table. So we have the toddler drink tray, or the little drink cart right there. And wanted to put like these little plates on here that have like the cute little pet pals. What's it called? They used to have a commercial with those, with like the animals on the plates. I forgot what they were called, but they're such a cute swatch, and I don't feel like I used them enough. So doing a little bit of terrain paint here. I'm not very good at terrain paint, so I'm trying to lay it down kind of thick first, and then I kind of like erase afterward, after I feel kind of satisfied on where everything's going. It took an unfortunate amount of time to figure out what terrain paint to even use. I ended up using pine duff because Moonwood Mill, sorry, uses a lot of pine duff for their trails and stuff. Like you can kind of see outside of the lot, that's what's over there. So I put it down near where I expect a lot of foot traffic and whatnot. And then I remembered that I had to name it, so I named it the Kids Outdoor Movie Night, and I gave it the Party Place and Child's Play lot traits. And then I remembered that it was still set as a residential, so I had to change it to a park. And then I realized that the park has specific requirements, like a chess table and 2 benches, which I didn't have. And I'm like, great, now I have to move stuff again, and now I have to shove a chess table in here. So thankfully the outdoor retreat does come with its own chess table. So I shoved those in, and I had to like move more stuff, and it's just so irritating because this build was already starting to feel very cramped to me, and then it became more cramped. And then I was like, okay, where am I going to put the benches? So I'm like, oh, I really like this outdoor retreat bench. No, it's not a bench. It's an ottoman. I looked at the requirement and it didn't count. So I'm like, okay, what about this? Nope, that's a sofa. So I just typed in bench, and I'm like, just give me a bench, any bench. I grabbed a base game bench, popped that down, and we're just rolling with it, because at this point, I just want it to be done. So I got the benches in, I shoved in a chess table, rearranging just a little bit in this play area, and it officially counted as a park. Obviously, I moved some objects around, so the terrain paint got a little messed up, so I go back and I'm gonna fix some of the terrain paint, making sure all the wood swatches kind of match. Matching the wood in this game is such a nightmare all the time. It's nothing worse than trying to do a wooden build and the wood swatches just aren't the right shade. Thankfully, I think with this one, it all stayed very cohesive, and that's what's been really helpful about focusing on a very small number of packs, because then the swatches match each other better. Yeah, I think this turned out really good. So I'm gonna pop into live mode and I'm gonna give you a walkthrough. All right, so I loaded back in. I just have my sim Leah here from the 100 Werewolf Baby Challenge. And so this is the walkthrough of the lot. So we have our horseshoe play area here, picnic area for all the cooking with the cute pal pets, and the ketchup bottles from Outdoor Retreat, this cute little s'more station, and here we have the cabin. We have a small kitchen with a popcorn maker, an empty counter for cooking, and a sink. We have the trash can right next door. The bathroom has a toddler potty chair, a changing station, a bathtub and a shower, and just in case someone gets really stinky, this stupid mirror that I did not set right, it's not all placed correctly, I'm so sorry. We have a little radio for music. We have the outdoor movie projector here with all the pretty quilts and all of our nice mismatched chairs. I put the little stuffy here of the Sasquatch, like he's watching the movies too. We also have our Sasquatch themed fire pit and all the outdoor retreat chairs that are all matched together. Our outdoor retreat chess table. The game table here with the cute little Yeti. Looks like he's the cute little Yeti chasing the bunnies. We have this cute cardboard dollhouse that I like never use, so I was really happy to be able to actually put this into a build. And this giant tent that I also never get to put anywhere either, with 2 camping cots and a nightlight. We have our infant support area with some blocks, the infant playmat, and the crib. We have the swing set for the children, the drawing activity table, a toddler slide, basically all the goodies that you would need to just kind of like bring your kids here for an overnight stay. I've had Sims, I play tested this area, and I brought Sims to stay over the night. And people like actually sleep in these beds. It's kind of silly, but it was kind of good. I really liked playing on this lot, and I hope that you guys might enjoy playing with it too. So you can find me on the gallery as PinkyDragon01, and I have this uploaded as Kids Outdoor Movie Night. And it only uses like 5 packs. So it uses Growing Together, Outdoor Retreat, Toddler Stuff Pack, Movie Hangout Stuff Pack, and the Little Campers Kit. I kept it nice and simple. So if you all want to download it, there it is for you. I had a lot of fun with doing this build. It ended up a lot more crowded than what I was hoping for, but it's still very fun, and I'm looking forward to using this and coming here during my 100 baby challenge and whatnot. So feel free to give the video a like if you would like, and maybe even subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!